Welcome to this week's edition of Rapid Motion Africa. We're down at the East London Grand Prix circuit for the Pro Tour, Goldwagen Challenge and the Altec Porsche Club Challenge. A big thanks to Goldwagen for all of this action from East London. A brand new season has dawned, and the first track to see any action from Goldwagen Challenge was the East London Grand Prix circuit. Some brand new drivers and a couple of cars not making it down to the first round due to the fact that the economy has started to play its toll. In Class A, Andy Gossman was the man to beat. Eddie Rodriguez was right on his tail, and so was Valdi. And in Class P, VWChallengeSA outdid Jake Jacobs for first position.
Andy, right at the beginning of the season, good pole position. In fact, I think it's your first one ever.
Yeah, in challenge is my first one, yeah.
How's the track feeling down this weekend then?
Pretty slippery, hectic. The wind's blowing from behind, it's not bad, but it is very slippery down the bottom.
I guess I got to ask, who helped you with the pole position? Because it's all about slipstreaming this.
I'm telling you, Valdi Mankies, our man, and then we had Wayne helping, and Eddie's got his team going, so it was very good.
Eddie, up on the front row as well, it's going to be some tight racing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, like you mentioned, with the slipstreaming and stuff, always quite tricky going down the straight and getting down to Copacabana. But yeah, I expect it to be a good race, tight race.
Your car's polished up and nice and greasy, so you can hide behind the old cars, hey?
100%. I'm hoping to be in front, so I'm hoping not to be behind anyway.
Waiting for the lights. Oh, and it's hero to third row. I wouldn't say zero. He's gone right back to third row there. A little bit of problems off the line, but going down towards the first turn. Potter's corner in a City Golf or a Polo or whatever you've got in terms of Volkswagen. Joining me in the commentary booth, as always, Graham Nathan.
Eddie Rodriguez straight to the front. That's where he wanted to go. The SEW Eurodrive car straight to the front of the field. Andy Gossman, unfortunately, not used to the pull away on the lights for the first time this year.
And speaking of not used to pull away, Voterist does exactly the same thing. Down towards turn one, 5 Polos. So as we can see, lots of problems with Polos getting down to East London, but no problems for Jake Jacobs as he heads down towards Potters for the first time. We're on board with the Custom Technologies Polo. He's in third. That's Barry Grunewald.
Jake's out in front, leading the way. He's just going to put his head down and try and go as hard as he can to give himself a bit of a break. But Dion has come up in leaps and bounds. He's doing a great job here. He hasn't been racing for very long at all. But let's go to the front. We've got Valdi Mankies, who's managed to get right up next to Eddie Rodriguez.
Side by side, the two Polos into gate corner, off the beach straight away. And you can see it's going to be a tight battle between these two guys. We've also got Gerard Henning. He's tucked in there on the RBTS machine. Right in his tail is the pole man. Whoa, going wide. A little bit of orange golf, a little wide.
Quinton Needham, he's running it wide, going in there a little bit too hot. Jean Gerber goes up the inside of that Hurley, and off they go, down the road as hard as they can. Quinton Needham is in front of this pack. He's moved up from Class B to Class A, probably finding it a little bit exciting at the moment.
I must say, especially when you take a grass excursion into the complex at East London Grand Prix Circuit. Onto the braking markers into Beacon.
Whoa, Valdi went in there a bit hot.
Oh, a little tap on the back there. Looks like we are in for some action. Yes, there we go. Waldy runs wide, little tap between the two Golf 2s. And then we've got Smallberger coming up behind, and he is pushing hard in the Polo.
Eddie Rodriguez got his head down now. Gerard Henning deciding who's he going to go behind, who's going to give him the best slipstream. He's got to dive in behind one of those Polos. He's going to run to Potters side by side with Valdi. Look, Andy Gossman also deciding which side, who's the quickest. A bit of a wobble, a bit of a push. Some action going into Potters' spot. Big hectic stuff there.
Yeah, and a Class A Golf or Polo, you're probably going into Potters at close to 180 k's an hour. Now you're about 200 kilometers an hour. Onto the braking markers. Valdi comes up the inside. Rodriguez looking for a way to try and outbrake him, but can he do it? No, he can't. Valdi is going to take it into Copacabana. Great bit of driving there, using the slipstream effect. We heard Matt in the interviews talking about it. Now we're going to see it in action.
Valdi blocks to try and get the slingshot out towards gate, but Eddie dives in behind him. This is also a long, very long straight, so the slipstream will work here as well. Let's see if Valdi can make it stick. He's trying really, really hard with that Albatross Motors motorcar. He's done a great job so far.
MFC machine coming into side into gate corner. You can see how hard he's pushing Derek Smallberger. He's right on the tailpiece, looking for a way past Smallberger, hanging on for dear life. He's now got Gerard Henning in his sight. So 3-car battles for first, second and third. Little gap, and then 4, 5 and 6 on the road.
But a great scrap here. There's 6 or 7 cars going for the front. Out in Class P, we've still got Jake Jacobs. VWChallengeSA has managed to make up one position on Barry Grunewald. after his terrible start, but he's also got his head down, hammer on the floor, and he's trying as hard as he can.
He's going to have to work double time to get ahead of Holiday as they go through the complex. Barry Krunovac getting a little squirrely coming out of there. You can see just how hard these polos are pushing. Now, we mentioned a bit earlier that there's only 5 polos here, but they're going to be integrating, hopefully, some stage into Class A during the season. As they go down to potters one more time, no changes in the top 6. But the man on the move at the moment is Karen Henning, and just behind him, fastest lap so far, goes to Ian Prinsloo.
Ian Prinsloo is really driving that little Golf very hard. That car's now been prepared by Lee Thompson Racing. Having a look up the inside of Andy Gossman, though, is Smallberger. Derek Smallberger goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? Runs it slightly wide, but have a look at this. These guys give each other room. A little bit of smoke there out of Gossman's car there, Greg. Is there something going on there?
I was picking that up as he came down to the braking markers. A bit of smoke coming out of the back end there. Hopefully he can keep it all together. Looks like Voldy Mikey's just pulled the plug, though. He's gone. And then Eddie Rodriguez also done the same thing to Karen Henning. So the battle we want to watch is for 4th, 5th and 6th place on the road. And it looks like Prinsloo's in with a chance here. As we go in there, big smoke coming out of the back of that car of Gossman still. So I think there might be a bit of terminal damage on that car.
Gossman's car is giving notice, I'm sure, but he's trying as hard as he possibly can. There it is. It's going to go any minute now. Andy staying in it as long as he possibly can. He wants to race right to the last moment he can. But there it is. Andy Gossman out of the race. John Cadman now has got clear sky ahead of him to try and catch up to Prinsloo.
Right, so clear skies up in front, but in the background you can see the battle also starting to continue there. John Cadman was the cameraman seeing Andy Gossman off the circuit. Prinsloo comes through. The Motor Finance Corporation machine still in with a chance. So there's 5 cars up front. Voldy's pulled the plug, as I said. I don't think Eddie Rodriguez is able to get onto the back of him. The problem he's got, though, is Karen Henning is starting to use that slipstream effect to very good use.
Carrot is going to dive right behind Eddie Rodriguez, and he's going to try, with a bigger car, suck up to the back of him and take the 2 of them closer to Voldy. But so is Prinsloo, and so is Derek Smallberger. He's also trying to use the slipstream effect. Let's have a look who's better on the brakes right at the bottom, though, Greg.
Right, as they go through Rifle Corner, this is the fastest corner in South Africa. Very quick for these little polos, and of course for the big Golf 2 tucked in there in 3rd place. Not able to do him on the brakes just yet, but I think he just sold him a dummy. He's setting something up for a bit later on. So Karen Henning playing the racing role here. Ooh, runs a little bit wide. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. You can see he just drops slightly off the pace there, but he'll catch him on the straight. No, he won't. Look at that. Nice bit of driving from Rodriguez, capitalizing on that mistake.
Rodriguez's car going like the clappers at the moment, but Ian Prinsloo right behind Derek Smallberger. He's trying everything he possibly knows. Voldy Mankies puts his head down though, and he's just concentrating on going as fast as he can all the time. No trouble. He's dragging the whole team along. That car of his is obviously incredibly strong. He's got no slipstreaming effect, and he's managing to run in front.
Yeah, he's getting away, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He doesn't want anybody in his slipstream, and you don't want to be at the front end of the slipstream machine as they come onto this main straight, because this is where it really kicks in. So Rodriguez is going to have to try and get a good drive. He gets good drive, but so does Henning. Henning's not going to be riding his tail like a VTEC trailer as they head down the main straightaway towards Potters. Can he use the slipstream to good effect? Just in the background, the same thing's happening there with Prinsloo and the same car of Derek.
Derek has got a mirror full of Prinsloo's motor car, but let's go down to Class B. Jakes is out in front. Vouter has managed to get past Dion. Barry having a look up the inside of Dion here. One of the local guys in a polo also sitting there. Dion goes a little bit wide. Barry slides through up the inside. Dion runs it a bit wider, a little bit understeer. This side, that side, whichever side works. These guys have not let up, and they're running for 3rd position.
3rd place and side by side across the line. You can see just how close it's getting. Wow, that's really good. Hardly anything in it. As they cross the line, there was 0.2 of a second between those 2 cars. Now they head towards Potter's Corner. Who's going to have what it takes on the brakes? Round the outside. Can he hang on? Barry Krunovac is going to do him round the outside. Yes, thanks very much.
Barry hangs on right around the outside. There's a sticker that says, if you can go through Potters, you've got the balls for it, and Barry has managed to do it.
He certainly has. Here's our leader, though, in Class P, way ahead of 2nd place. It's all about Jake Jacobs in the Goldwagen-sponsored car. You can see that Goldwagen have picked him up along with Nathan's Motorsport. Onto the braking markers. There we go, up the inside. Wow, Holiday had a look. He had a big look
really
there.
Close. Barry just managing to get through there. Dion only just giving him enough space, but they are on it as hard as they can. Back to the leaders. Voldy Mankies has opened the gap. 7 out of 9 laps. Eddie Rodriguez, a bit of a break, but look here, Ian Prinsloo has got past Derek. Derek is going to have to work hard now. Prinsloo has got his head set and his sights set on Gerard Henning, and he's not going to let up for 1 second.
No doubt about it. This is the leader. Look at the gap he's got over Eddie Rodriguez. So he's managed to pull that plug and get away early on. Here comes the battle we want to see, though. Third place to where it's at. Smallberg up the inside. Can he get him back through Copacabana? Yes, he can. That's the way to do things. Straight back at him. So on the beach straight, the last time they came through, that's where we saw the Golf take the Polo. Now the Polo is back.
That is aerodynamics for you. He was a long way back at Potters, but at the bottom, on the brakes, Derek goes back into his position. But Valdi has got his head down. Ian Prinsloo hasn't let up for 1 second. Derek goes slightly defensive. Ian goes to the other side. Brakes really late, putting Derek under all the pressure he possibly can. But nice and neat stuff through there.
Jean Gab, our cameraman, sitting there just behind this battle. He must be thinking to himself, man, if I can just make up this little bit of ground that these guys got on me, I can be in with a chance of possibly getting him onto the podium.
It's not going to be a long time. If Jean just sticks around there, the slipstream effect is going to work for him, and all of a sudden his Blue City Golf is going to gain big horsepower, and he'll be right there.
There's no doubt as they come onto the braking markers into Beacon Corner one more time. In fact, it's got 2 more times to go as we come on to the penultimate lap. This is how hard it is and how difficult it is to pass, especially if you aren't in that slipstream. The big Golf 2 as we go back to the Polos down the back straight away. Where's Vota? There's Vota in the background. Right in the background at Copacabana Corner. Vota Ruiz is out of it. And this is the battle for second.
Look at this dive up the inside. Will Barry get through there? No. Tight stuff. Dion slams the door. Barry backs out of it. I'm quite surprised. Barry Groenewald lifted out of that one. I saw mirrors, fenders, bonnets going missing there, but the guys want to get it to the end for some reason.
I think you saw mainly a bit of work between the 2 heats. That's what I think you saw. Onto the braking markers into Copacabana. These are our leaders in Class A. 1 and 2, no changes. Voldy Mikey's and Eddie Rodriguez, but here's the battle. What a great dice happening here.
Smallberger's got ahead of Gerard Henning. Derek has got the slipstream effect to work for him. He's got ahead of Gerard. Has Gerard got a problem, or is it just racecraft that is working towards putting him further down the field?
I think it's the racecraft of Smallberger. He's using the slipstream effect. He's also using the aerodynamics of that car slightly better than the Golf 2s, I'm sure. The Golf 1, the City Golf just behind him now. Putting pressure. Oh, he's putting massive pressure. He runs a bit wide onto the grass. Where's he gone? Ian, what are you doing, mate? Oh, it's a problem with the car.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a big pity. He had everything to do there. It all worked into his favour, and as he went to make the move, the car died.
He was through there, and it just let him down at the last moment. The spectators also quite stunned here. Voldy Manke's out in front for the first time in a very long time in his Polo. He is loving the fact that he's out in the front. Wants to get this race over with, probably counting the laps down every split second.
Well, there's only 1 lap to go as they head into Potters for the final time now. Rodriguez has got second place sewn up. It looks like Smallberger has got third due to the fact that we've lost the MFC car. Ian Prinsloo, the RBTS Golf, is going to probably finish up in 4th unless Jean Gab has got something.
Out in Class B though, it's still not over. Barry is still all over the back of Dion Holiday. Some really close stuff here. Let's see the slipstream effects. Dion runs wide. That is going to compromise him. Barry is going to dive in under the slipstream. Here we are on board with Barry. Let's have a look-see. Can he make it go right to the end? Dion weaving all over the racetrack for some other reason. Probably trying to break the slipstream. But Barry knows how this game goes, and he's going to stay right there.
Tucks in behind him as they go into Potters. Now he'll try and slingshot him as they go through Rifle and onto the braking markers into Copacabana. Let's see if he gets close enough. Not quite there just yet, but there you can see he pulls up into the back piece and into the slipstream of that orange car. We're not going to see it through Copacabana. We're going to see the leaders come through. First, second and third is sorted out. 4th place also. Jean Gab might just have a last dip attempt at the man in 4th place, but I don't think Henning is going to give that up.
Henning is trying to catch on to Smallberger though. He's going to have a last attempt there. Derek also, a great job by Derek Smallberger and Voldy Manke. They're relatively newcomers to Class A and they've been battling throughout the whole of last year. But a great turn of speed by them. The off-season testing obviously doing exactly what it needs to do, and they're right in the front.
And putting them both onto the podium with Rodriguez splitting them up there. So the Albatross Motors machine takes it there. He's also being backed by Indy Oils. Second place is going to go to Eddie Rodriguez, but here's first place in the Polos. And Jake Jacobs has tapped off slightly. He's going to take the victory ahead of Holiday. And unfortunately, Barry Groenewald with no answer there, down in 3rd place. So there's confirmation of your top 5 in Class A. And you can see in Class P, it was Taylor and Vota Ruiz who finished up 4th and 5th.
Voldy, from the outside, that looked like it was a pretty easy race. It just started extending away straight away.
Yeah, I was pumped for this race. I've been working on it. You know, myself and Wayne were working on the car, getting it right, and you know, it all came together. In the practice laps, we were fast. In the race, we were fast, and it shows you have to be consistent, and hard work pays off.
It's a good job. I mean, the perfect package right at the beginning of the season. That's what it's about.
Absolutely. I think it's important to also say that this year we've got India Oil on board. A company that we've been sort of stalking in the past, and they've now signed with us for a 3-year deal. Great to see them in the challenge and supporting regional racing.
Moving on to the Class Bs and Cs, a couple of new names moving up from the C category, notably the most important one, Yanni van Rooyen, there in 3rd place behind Quinton Thompson and Peter Thompson, and in Class C, Giles Darragh and Charles Smallberg are the top 2.
Quinton, Class B is going to be tight today, but you've got some familiar company, hey?
Yeah, of course, the old man is here. We towed each other in the practice, which helps us some advantage. But yeah, we're happy to be in the front row.
Peter, from your side, obviously it is a teamwork track that you can't run by yourself.
It's hard work. I was on pole last year and the youngsters mobbed me all the time. I had to fight like hell, and then I lost it on the last lap, unfortunately. But this year I wouldn't mind losing it to Quinton, so that's all right.
Giles, early in the season and an early tread all the way to the front. Good qualifying down here at East London.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The track yesterday was pretty quick, for all the oaks. But Charles is pretty quick, So.
Everyone I've spoken to so far said it's all about drafting. I know this. I've been down to this track. I've done a couple of laps myself, and it is very, very tricky. Come the race, it's tactics though, isn't it? You've got to hang tough.
Yeah, well, you've got to play the cars, because if you get into the lead too quick, and then you lose out. So you've got to play the cards to the end and see what happens. It all comes down to the end.
Well, the table's set. Let's set the cards up, and as they head down, it looks like Peter Thompson's going to out-drag Quinton to turn 1. Yes, he is. He gets a great drive off the line. That inside line is not the ideal pole position, especially considering that all the cars come down the left-hand side of the circuit, the right-hand side on the screen right now, and into turn 1. We've got some changes.
Peter Thompson straight to the front. Stuart Mack and Chad Bartram. Quinton Thompson goes from 1st to 4th. I think he was watching Andy Gossman in the first heat. But have a look at this. Chad Bartram right behind Stuart Mack, who's following Peter Thompson. It's a Golf 1 versus a Golf 2. Let's see which slipstream is going to work. Peter goes a slight bit defensive. Stuart goes right up the inside, and Peter loses out.
Easily done. Stewie Mack going into 1st place. Then we've got Chad Bartram in the silver and mauve machine as they head into the beach straight away. Looks like Quinton Thompson on his tail. Then on board now with Yanni van Rooyen, the Goldwagen Rudaport machine. Brand new machine for him. He's moved up from Class C to Class B, and we've lost the incredible Golf. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the green Golf's gone. Although it's not gone, it's still in Class C, but in somebody else's hands. Quinton Thompson goes up the inside. He flies the curb. He's been obviously racing polos way back when, and that he was. The only way to get through there really quickly is to fly that curb. Yanni van Rooyen probably learning something there from that particular line, and Quinton right on the back now.
Derek Minnie's just behind them as we go back on board with the Coastal Kitchens machine. He's now in 2nd place, looking to try and outdo the Golf 2 of Peter Thompson. This is a difficult man to get past. You can see even his son couldn't do it. So he's going to let one of the youngsters come through? I don't think so. There's the braking markers. The brake lights go on. Up the inside, Quinton Thompson makes a move on Stuart Mack and gets through.
Stuart having to give Quinton the space there, because otherwise the guys just start running into each other. Stuart knows right at the end of the race is when he's got to be in the front, and the slipstreaming effector works to the benefit of the guy that's 2nd or 3rd on the 2nd last lap.
Alright, so as we're on board, we come off the main circuit now into Potters. This is a very tricky corner in any kind of vehicle that you want to come through. You've got to get everything set up right so that you can make the move heading down to Cochabana. But remember, you still got to go through Rifle, the fastest corner in South Africa.
Amazingly enough though, Greg, the Golf 2 of Peter Thompson is just simply out in front. The aerodynamics there is just a lot better than a brick Golf 1, and he can run in front. But Chad has a look. As I say that, Chad sticks it up the inside of Peter Thompson and goes to the front.
Nice bit of driving there. Peter Thompson had no answer. It was just late braking from Bartram, now onto the beach straight, heading towards gate corner. Now let's see whether or not anything's changing in the background. Yes, indeed. Stuart Mack and Quinton Thompson side by side along the beach straight. This is where big stuff comes into it. You can see just behind them, Yanni van Rooyen realizes that Stuart Mack might be the quicker of the two. He sneaks up the inside. Thompson's not going to have an answer here, or is he? He's going to try and squeeze out Yanni van Rooyen, and he does. Brilliant.
Yanni just backed out of that one. If he had stuck it in there, Quinton would have had nowhere to go. But Yanni's the newcomer in Class B, and he doesn't want to damage the car yet. Quinton now has a whole bunch of work again. Stuart has got ahead of him. Chad Bartram is out in front, and his dad, Peter Thompson, is in between them.
So it's a really tight battle between the first 5 cars here. This is the Class B battle. Oh, that's a good bit of moving there. Look at that.
Stewie Mack runs it slightly wide, gets a bit of wheel spin, and Quinton just drives straight by. Now let's see. Will Quinton go past Peter gently or with a little bit of intent?
I think it might be a little bit of intent, considering the fact that every car and his mom are running wide in their Golfs. The City Golf and Golf 2 Brigade having a fun game here in East London. And now they're side by side across the line. It was literally a bumper between the two cars. Thompson is going to regain the position due to the aerodynamics on that Golf 2. But that's all it is. That's the only thing that's allowing him to get to the front. But now he's in the wrong position because Bartram can now pounce because he's in the slipstream.
Bartram is using the slipstream as hard as he possibly can. He's going to try and do it on the brakes again and put it up the inside of Peter Thompson. Let's have a look here. This is probably at approximately 190 kilometers an hour. Chad goes to the outside. Peter learned from the previous trick, but let's see if Chad can go around him. He's going to try and go right around the outside. No, not this time. In the back, Stuart Mack right behind Quinton Thompson this time. Yanni van Rooyen still sitting there going, that's all right, there's still 5 laps to go.
There were yellow flags waving, so that's maybe why he tapped out. That's the reason yellow flags are waving. Silver Golf on the sideline. Didn't quite see who the driver was, but there's definitely a car stricken on the sideline down the speed straight away. Now they come in a gate corner. We're on board with Yanni van Rooyen. Oh, a bit of smoke breaking there. Oh, Stewie Mack is giving it everything she's got as they go into the complex. Oh, right in the curve through the complex as well. Chad Bartram looking for a way past, but can't find it just yet.
It's not just Stewie that's giving it everything. It's Peter, it's Stewie, it's Quinton, and it's Yanni. These guys are like right there. They are right. They are chasing for first position. There are 5 cars and first position to be had.
Yeah, and every single one of them can take it. Now, braking markers for Beacon. One more time. Look at that up the inside. Yanni van Rooyen gets a great drive and good brakes. And out does Stewie Mack. So Stewie Mack, who was in second place a couple of laps ago, all of a sudden finds himself back in 5th.
Yanni jumps on the throttle, understeers to the outside, and Stewie has to get in behind him. But now Stewie's got the draft of 3 City Golf Mark 1s. And behind them, here comes Derek Minnie. That Golf 2 is, as we know, is faster in a straight line than the 1s.
So no doubt about it. Let's see whether or not Derek Minnie can get onto the back end of this. If he can, we might have 6 cars in it. Oh, Thompson up the inside has the door firmly shut on him. The Goldwagen machine of Yanni van Rooyen is not going to make it easy. And you can see he's just loving being involved in this battle for Class B.
Yanni has gone from 5th to 3rd in one straightaway. Slipstreaming paradise. Here it is. Chad Bartram late on the brakes again. Peter hogging the road ever so slightly. It's called experience and not blocking.
Yeah, it's also called a wide Golf 2 as opposed to the slightly slimmed down version of the Golf 1. They're onto the beach straight now. No changes as they came through Cochabana. As we've seen almost every single time they've come in, somebody overtook into Cochabana. That time, position stayed the same.
They got to get rid of that yellow flag going down into Cochabana because that is where you overtake everybody. So they've got to get rid of it, otherwise there'll be no passing down there, and that'll be a very big pity.
Into the complex one more time, and Stuart Mack, a little bit of smoke off the wheels once again. Peter Thompson is driving his heart out here. Chad Bartram in the Coastal Kitchens Volkswagen all over the back of the Thompson's Racing Golf. Then we've got the Goldwagen machine. But further back, this is the battle for first and second. Giles Darroch has been outdone by Charles Smallberger. So the youngster is showing Giles around here, even though the Giles is, when I say the youngster, these two are both young drivers. But when you take into the fact that the man leading Class C is only 16 years of age, that's why I say the youngster.
Charles doing a superb job. He's been testing with his dad the whole of the holiday season. Those guys rebuilt that motor car after an incredible crash at the end of the racing year last year. Let's have a look at this. 2 into 1. Can it go? 3 into 1. And these guys have got huge respect. Yanni van Rooyen hangs it right around the outside of Potter's Pass. He's still there. Is he going to go around the outside of Rifle Range? Flat out stuff. Yanni hangs on for absolutely all he's got.
And I must say, he didn't even tap off one bit. And there he goes on the inside. Can he make it stick into turn into Cochabana? Yes, he can. Oh, he runs it a bit wide coming out. I didn't think he was going to make that one stick.
Yeah,
no way.
The moment was a touch big, but Yanni tried really hard. This is what Class B racing is about. The cars are so evenly matched that they are trying everything they can do, outside, inside, and on the grass.
A little bit of grass always helps, but yeah, coming into gate corner, Quinton Thompson, I should say, up into the inside there and outdoing Yanni van Rooyen. So it's reversal once again as they come into the complex. We are getting chopping and changing with only a couple of laps to go. I don't think that bunker racing machine of Bartram's is going to find a way past Peter Thompson. Not when he's in this kind of form.
Peter is doing a superb job. He's hoping though that Quinton can get onto the bunker racing car of Chad Bartram and slow him down a bit. Peter goes defensive once again. He uses up a little bit of brakes. Has Peter overdone it? Is he going to be able to get the slingshot down the straight? Now that Golf 1 is right behind him. Let's see what happens towards Potter's Pass. No, the Golf 2 manages to stretch his legs. But now behind Chad Bartram, we've got Quinton. Quinton Thompson is going to make it. Yes, no. He
sneaky.
gets it through.
Sneaky forces
And-
Bartram aboard wide as they makes him wide onto the beat straight away. Whoa, that was good bit of driving from both those guys, just giving each other just enough room to breathe. But that's about all you can do in that position. Bartram down to third, and now it's Thompson's 1 and 2.
I think that's what's known as team tactics. Quinton is now trying to block a little bit for Dad, and the Chad goes really wide, puts 2 wheels on the grass. Look at this. How close can you get before you ride into him? Not much closer than that. The camera position superb on that motor car.
Absolutely amazing. Chad Bartram now with a bit of work to do with only one corner to go. They come out of the sweep onto the back straight away. Can he get the drive and what it takes on the brakes for Beacon? I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Chad Bartram is absolutely flying up this back straight away, but he's not got enough. Peter Thompson is going to hang on, but only just ahead of 3 Golf 1s. Can you believe this? The Golf 2 is going to outdo the youngsters, and Peter Thompson is going to make it the first victory for the season for the Thompson's Racing Machine.
A great job there by Peter. Quinton in second place, Chad third, Stewie fourth, and Yanni van Rooyen brings it home in 5th position.
An awesome debut there for Yanni van Rooyen. He is going to be very happy with his 5th place on the road. The Thompsons 1 and 2, ecstatic, and Chad Bartram in 3rd place. He'll be very happy in his Coastal Kitchens Volkswagen Golf.
I'm almost positive that's just so that he can get home. Quinton let his dad win.
Who pays the bills in the house? Well, in the Class C battle, a nice little battle there between Charles Smallberger and Giles Darroch. Eventually Smallberger outdoing Darroch to the line. Andre Needham not finishing, but still getting a 3rd place, and Henry Cottle down in 4th.
Peter, that was one of the most insane races I've seen in the Class Bs. You must have enjoyed it.
Very nice, yeah, it was very quick. We had a false start at the beginning. The starter put the 30-second board up, no 5-second board, and the lights went off, so I ducked. And then everybody stopped again, so we went back and we started again and did the same thing. But it was hectic down the back there. Everybody was jostling for places, and it was good stuff.
To see 6 cars just grouped together the whole way through the race, absolutely amazing. Tactics really came into play.
Very, very tough. Yeah, you had to defend the line most of the time because everybody was trying to dive every time, and I had to keep defending. Not blocking, but defending.
Charles, that was absolutely amazing, and all the way down into the last corner as well.
Yeah, I missed the gear on the 3rd last lap. So then I had my work cut out. I had to catch Giles again. I pushed extremely hard. But yeah, on the last corner I managed to get past, so I'm very happy.
Join us after the break for Race 2 action from the Goldwagen Challenge in East London. Welcome back to the East London Grand Prix circuit for more action from the Pro Tour Round 1 and Race 2 of the Goldwagen Challenge. And as you can see, Graham, it's everybody out on the track now. A combined field of A, P, B and C.
On board with Voldy Mankies looking back from the start. A great job by Eddie Rodriguez once again. He's managing to get that polo straight out the gate so quick. It's unbelievable. But around the outside, will he do it? No, he slots in behind Voldy. He's going to use the slipstream of it. VWChallengeSA gets a much better start. Still not as good as Jake Jacobs, but a lot better than earlier.
Heading down towards Potters, it's only 4 cars out there at the moment, one of them not making it back there. That was the local man. Then the battle we've just seen, B's and C's about to hit there, and this is the Class B's. We're on board with Bartram round the outside and looking to go into Potters. Can 5 cars go in there? Well, we'll have to find out in a real soon future.
Voldy Mankies and Eddie Rodriguez going to gate together. Eddie goes up the inside. He makes it stick this time. Is he going to put his head down and go as hard as he can again and try and get away like Voldy did in the beginning of the first race? Give himself a breather and make the other guy scrap.
Oh, looks like they've got Ian Prinsloo's car sorted out. He's there in 5th place. Good to see that. Then it's Jean Carber. Then it's Steve Herbie Hurley right on his tail in the Beetle. And just behind them looks like it's a battle royal about to rage. Needham's back too. So the orange Golf right at the back of the field, having to do a lot of work to try and catch these front guys.
Voldy Mankies really close on Eddie Rodriguez there. Eddie steps on the throttle, gets the line right. Voldy jumps into slipstream. Jake Jacobs looks like he's got a problem. Front windscreen has collapsed. More than likely because he forgot to put the bonnet pins in on the warm-up lap, but let's just bypass that one completely.
Oh, less of the wee, pal-face. I wonder who forgot to put those bonnet pins in. Anyway, he's still leading the race. He's got no
100%.
windscreen. He's still leading. Vote up the inside. Can he get him?
Vota
Yeah, he's
throws
got
the
him.
inside. A great job here by VWChallengeSA. Jake's being very clever. He's going to ride in the slipstream of Vota's motor car, hopefully not getting as much drafting through into his motor car and slowing him down because his windscreen is broken.
I'm just waiting to see where that windscreen is going to end up, because if it does pop out, it's just going to shoot up in the sky, very similar to what we saw with the Shelby Cannon of Roy Campos. Right, onto the braking markers. This is the Class B battle, and once again it's Thompson, Bartram, Yanni van Rooyen, Quinton Thompson, and can we see Stuart Mack? Yes, we can.
And this time Derek Minnie, but a great job there by Chad Bartram. He was a long way down because he didn't finish the first race, Greg? He's done a great job right to second position, right behind Peter Thompson. Peter's probably going, oh no, not again. For another race, this guy's all over the back of my car.
Well, pink is the new black, or is it mauve as they're going towards turn 1, Potter's Cross. Look how tight it is between these guys. Man, Peter Thompson's got his hands full now. He's got the slipstream. Oh, I think Jake's going to have to pull off here into Go Cabana. Yes, he is. What's happening in the background? Woo-hoo! Hey, man, that's some great stunt driving from Barry Groenewald.
Some great braking there by Barry. Not quite as quick as the other way, but it worked.
I have seen somebody else do that in a polo, and his name was Matt Smith, but we won't get into that just yet.
It looks like Jake Jacobs has pulled off the racetrack. Can he get back into it? Was it a case of he couldn't see, or was he trying to get out of the way of Barry Groenewald spinning down the road merrily?
I think if you looked in the rearview mirror, any person saw Barry Groenewald spinning out, you would have got off the track quickly because you know it was going to end up in tears. But well held, Barry. Great bit of driving. Speaking of good driving, though, here comes Class B once again. 6 cars, all of them with a chance of getting first.
Is it 6 or is it all of them? They all want that position. Quinton Thompson in 4th. Yanni van Rooyen 3rd. Peter Thompson leading. Chad Bartram goes around the outside of Peter. Right around the outside. There it is. The marshals assisting Jake Jacobs to get the windscreen out of his car so he can carry on with the game. I'm sure Jake will stay in it. There it is. Jake Jacobs, Goldwagen, Röderpoort Polo back in the game.
And back in with a vengeance. A lot of work to do to catch those front polos now. But yeah, the 2 front polos in Class A, side by side across the line. Nothing in between them. Needham in the background here. He's hanging on as well, but not able to bridge the gap between himself and the Herbie Hurley car of, well, he's sitting there in 8th spot at the moment. Nice drive from each of our top Class A contenders.
Baldy Mankies goes around the outside of Eddie Rodriguez. Forces Eddie to lift. Look at Derek Smallberger. Derek is having a look up the inside of Eddie as well. But I think Derek's going to have a problem because Eddie's car's slipstreaming effect is just that much better. The new ones are better than the old ones. But I might be wrong. Derek sticks it up the inside, locks the tires, but no. Eddie slams the door. Derek doesn't ride into him. But the race is definitely on here.
There is no doubt about it. Look at that side by side and just the aerial splitting these two boys as they go towards gate corner. Who's going to get on the brakes latest here as they come down towards gate corner? It looks like it might be Smallberger sneaking up the inside. Rodriguez with no answer. As we follow the rest of the field come streaming through. Jean Gerber looking up the inside of Henning too, but he's not able to make it stick. Oh, he gets a big lock up there.
Jean Gerber runs it wide. So does Steve Hurley. Steve was probably watching Jean and just went straight off the road. But back to Class B. We've got Chad Bartram round the outside, going down into the bottom. He makes it stick this time. Yanni van Rooyen has got Quinton Thompson right up the inside of him. And so is Stewie Mack. He's sitting there going, come on guys, would somebody please lead and stop riding next to each other?
Yeah, let's find a way past and see if we can take the lead.
Look at that, 5 again, next to each other, Greg.
Amazing stuff in Class B's. This is the best battle on the track at the moment as they head into gate corner. 5 cars into gate corner. Doesn't normally go. Let's see if we can get them all through. Line astern and just follow the pink and silver car.
Derek Minnie also sitting in the background there going, I can't catch these guys. I should be able to. The slipstream is working in my effect, but I can't get there.
Derek Minnie just not able to bridge that gap, and just behind him, lots of action happening in the background. You can see it's going to be a tight battle right away to the end of the day's racing. And onto the braking markers into Beacon. This is where overtaking usually happens. Yanni van Rooyen looking. He's not able to make it stick this time, but really close up between him and Quinton Thompson.
Look at the respect from these drivers. If they don't see they can get through, they don't slam into it, they don't break a door, they don't break a mirror. They know that if you don't make it to the end, you can't win.
And you need those valuable points right down to the end. Giles Derrick in the background, hanging on to the Class C battle, just ahead of Charles Smallberger. So those are the guys who are racing for Class C honours today. But Class B honours look like it might be a double for the day for Peter Thompson if he can just keep these Golf ones behind him.
Peter Thompson has got his work cut out for him. Chad goes up the inside. He's going up into rifle range. 190 kilometers an hour. 2 cars through there. Can they do it? No touching, no tagging. Chad goes to the front. Peter on the brakes. Quinton up the inside. Yanni locks the brakes up. Gets it all out of shape, but gathers it up again. Great driving there, Yanni van Rooyen.
Yeah,
he doesn't run into Peter. Stewie Mack goes in behind Yanni. He's just sitting there going, I can't believe this racing.
Yeah, this is how good it gets in Goldwagen Challenge. Yanni Bit of experience there coming into play. Up the inside though, Thompson looks like he's got the drive and might make it stick into gate corner. He's going to bring his dad with him for the ride. Yes, he is. Thompson's 1 and 2 in Class B, and Bartram with no answer whatsoever.
Unbelievable stuff. Quinton Thompson, one corner ago, was in third position. Now he leads. How's this for racing? Nobody knows who's going to win this race, Greg. Peter's sitting there going, okay, now who's going to pay for the way home now?
Exactly. Right, so I'm not putting any money onto this Class B battle because this is just getting too close. Class A seems to be pretty much wrapped up, but Class B is still up for grabs. And man, this is superb racing here. This is only round 1. We've still got 9 rounds of this to go.
100%. Let's have a look and see if the Mark II can outrun the Mark 1. Quinton's in a Mark 1. Peter's in a Mark 2. Chad is in a Mark 1. Look at that. It looks like one car, but they're 5 there, Greg.
There are indeed. Then we've got a big change here. Look at that. Derek Minnie starting to close that gap. But further back, Giles Darroch still hanging on to the Class C battle, and Charles Smallberger just behind him. I think it's a matter of the slipstream city here, and he'll make a move probably into the last corner as he did in the first heat.
Charles going to try and get to the front. I know that, Lighty. He's got... he just wants to win. Having a look here, Wouter Roos and Dion Holiday. Up the inside of Wouter goes Dion Holiday. Wouter is obviously leading. There's Barry Groenewald. Class B is catching them. I don't think Barry wants to be involved in this. 2 cars up the inside of Quinton Thompson now. As I said earlier, he was leading, or he was third position in this particular corner last lap. Now he's back to third virtually.
No, it's a superb battle there, and you can see Barry Groenewald looking in his rearview mirrors going, what is coming my way? It looks like 1, but there's 5 of them there. And they come into gate corner. Barry Groenewald is still going to have his hands full of 4 Golf 1s and a Golf 2 who leads up right the outside.
Yanni van Rooyen on the grass. Stewie Mack gives him a light tap. These unreal stuff anyway, wherever it goes. Peter Thompson back to the front. Chad second. Quinton third. Yanni fourth. And Stewie Mack. Barry Groenewald, you're going to be swamped any second now, buddy.
Watch out, Barry. Here they come. Custom Technologies Polo moves out the way. Peter Thompson sneaks up his inside. He's going to bring probably all 3 of those leading Golf 1s with him. There goes Chad Bartram. Thompson goes with him. I think that's the greatest thing you could have done there, Barry. Just get out of the way, bud. They're about to swamp you.
I'm sure Barry's got a misfire of some nature or a problem of some nature. That car is normally quick enough to run with him. Back to the front. Valdi Mankies still under huge pressure from both Eddie Rodriguez and Derek Smallberger. George Economides there under pressure though from Ian Prinsloo. They were both out in the first heat, or George didn't even appear, and he's back in the racing. That's how intense the racing is here. They'll build the car right to the last minute to get back in the game.
And he's back in the game, but he's in 4th place now. He's just got ahead of Prinsloo. You'll see the white Golf just in the background sneaking through. But this is the battle we want to see. Late braking from Eddie Rodriguez. Are we going to see 2 victors on the day? We've seen Valdi take the first heat. I know that the SEW machine wants to try and make it 1 for 1 here in the first round.
Valdi runs wide. Valdi throws it away all on his own. That was just too wide, Valdi. He dives in behind Eddie Rodriguez. Eddie has got his head down. Now he knows that was his break. He's got to go like hell now.
I think what he's going to do is try and use some of the back markers to his use as well, if he can. As they're going apart, as he sneaks up ahead of the Silver Golf, but both of his contenders come through into Potters, into 2nd and 3rd. And look at that, Valdi, even though he made a mistake in Beacon, he's right back there, and that's all due to Slipstream City, baby.
Unbelievable. Peter Thompson inside, outside. Chad running in the middle of the racetrack, trying to make a wide Golf 1, but you can't make it wide enough. But Peter goes through into gate. Chad sitting there going, what more must I do? I cannot compete with this car.
It's absolutely perfectly tuned for these conditions, and East London Grand Prix circuit seems to be Peter Thompson's ultimate goal here, to try and take the victory. Looks like the battle for Class P's is also holding up. That is Holiday, which you just caught in. Here's the Class C battle. Smallberg
goes up
into gate corner. And
Giles doesn't get go. He hasn't let him go yet. Shaw around the outside. Giles up the inside. Whoa, Giles up and over the curving. Charles Smallberger slamming the door. Giles gets out of the way, and Shaw gets to the front.
Amazing stuff there. Right, we have got 1.5 laps to go. Just in the background, you can see the windowless machine of Jake Jacobs. The battle continues right the way through this field. Looks like Karen Henning has dropped way back into the battle for Quinton Needham and Jean Graber's cars. So the 2 City Golfs and the Golf 2 of the RBTS machine looking really good in the closing stages. But this is the battle down for about 8th, 9th and 10th spot on the road. That's how intense the racing's been.
That's Etienne Prinsloo has managed to get right up into this battle. He was a long way down. He had a bad start, but Jean running slightly wide, giving us a great camera view here. Etienne Prince goes defensive from Racing Nationals. He knows where to block. Gerard Henning goes to the outside. Quinton Needham up the inside. He runs Gerard wide. Jean Gerber takes the slingshot. Can he get into the toe now and make a meal of it right down in Potter's Pass?
Well, they start their final lap, and you can see that it's Eddie Rodriguez who's pulled away from second place man Valdi Mikes. George Economides, the fastest man on that lap, has now caught onto the back end of the Sabertech car of Derek Smallberger. So Smallberger's got his hands full because the man from Zwartkops is looking to overtake him and possibly steal the third place on the podium.
Etienne Prince getting a great drive out of that corner, managing to break the toe slightly. That's for fifth position, Greg. Although it looks like these guys are racing all over, that is for fifth. Jean Gerber right in behind Quinton Needham. He is right in behind Gerard Henning. And, whoa, Derek Smallberger, a big mistake on the grass. Wheels locked up. That looks like the escape route for Derek. Something went horribly wrong at rifle range. That is a big off, but I'm sure he's got big eyes and brown shorts in that motor car because you can crash really hard down there.
Yeah, you don't want to be getting onto that grass because as soon as you get onto the grass, the car actually starts accelerating even if you're on the brakes. So it makes no difference to you. You don't want to make a mistake in the Cocobana corner. And Derek Smallberger has thrown away a possible podium, handed it on a gift plate to the man on the white Golf, the Wealth Avenue machine of George Economides.
Quinton Needham getting it all sideways there, but Chad Bartram hasn't let up for a minute. Both the rows going straight back into the front of Class B. But Dion Holiday being swamped by Class B cars, getting slightly in the way there. These guys are also in their own battle. So is Dion, and they are in it. Peter Thompson getting a problem there for Chad Bartram. Is that smoke?
On the last lap, he's slowing down. Can you believe that? That's not the way things should be handed over. Look like Johnny van Rooyen might be able to sneak away and get into second place if he can just hang with these guys. Derek Minnie's going to be handed a third if there is a problem on that Coastal Kitchen machine. There's definitely a problem. They've just gone flying past him. That's a big pity. The flag comes out. Rodriguez makes it 1-1 with Valdi Mikes in Class A. Class C went to Smallberger just in front there. You can see there goes Valdi across the line in second place. So confirmation of Class A. Rodriguez and Mikes 1 and 2. George Economides handed that on a gift plate there in third, and Voterus took Class P.
Eddie Rodriguez, I mean, everyone's been patting you on the back, and you must be super stoked about this win.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a long time coming. Obviously, with the help of the sponsors that I have, RBTS Racing, SCW, the guys at MF, and all the other guys. Without them, I couldn't have done it, man.
I know race 2 was a long race, but your drop off the line, absolutely unbelievable. It's like a drag race.
Yeah, my starts are normally quite good. The first one I was unfortunate to lose it down at the bottom, but yeah, it worked out for me this time.
Voterus, we're talking about race number 2 in the Class Ps in the Goldwagen Challenge. Tell me how it went out there.
It was great, actually. For once, I had a better than tragic start. So Jakes and I ended up at the third corner together, but unfortunately he had a mishap on the outlap, which resulted in destroying his windscreen. So from there, it was actually it was relatively easy, but it was very hot because the second race was a 12-lap race.
Class B results went to Peter Thompson, Yannick van Rooyen and Derek Minnie. Class C, Smallberger, Derek, Sebastian and Stevens. A double victory on the day in Class B hands Peter Thompson the overall lead in the championship. Perfect day for him. Valdi Mikes will move into second. Eddie Rodriguez in third. Quinton Thompson is there in fourth place. And Yannick van Rooyen there in fifth. A big thanks as always to Goldwagen for this fantastic action from round 1 of the Goldwagen Challenge.